Professor Alexandra Dogu is a fellow of ISE, distinguished professor and the head of Automation, Production, and Computer Science Department at the IMT Atlantic campus in Nantes, France. His research focused on manufacturing line design, production planning and scheduling, and supply chain engineering. His main results are based on exact mathematical programming methods and their intelligent coupling with heuristics and meta-heuristics algorithms. He has contributed to the theory of assembly line balancing, combinatorial design of machining lines, process planning, supply chain scheduling, lot sizing, and replenishment under uncertainties. As all you know, he is the editor-in-chief of IJPR and also an editor of Computers and IE, a member of the editorial boards for several other journals, including IJPE, fellow of the European Academy for Industrial Management, member of the board of the International Foundation for Production Research, former chair of IFAC TC 5.2 Manufacturing Modeling for Management and Control, and member of IFIP WG 5.7 Advanced in Production Management Systems. So today he will talk about his big project. The seminar title is the Assistant Project AI for High-Level Decision in Manufacturing. So welcome, Professor Alexandra Dogu. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you may share your screen. Yeah.
Yeah, I can share. Thank you very much for this kind introduction and for invitation to participate in this webinar. I am very happy to be with you and present some our current activity. I will speak on our new European project. I am coordinator of this project. It's a very large project, of course. But I would like also speak a bit on the journal, International Journal of Production Research, the journal policy, the current state of journal, and some perspectives. And also some words on the conference I organized this year in June to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the journal. So my talk will be in three parts: IJPR conference and European project on artificial intelligence application in manufacturing. I am editor-in-chief on International Journal and head of department. My affiliation is IMT Atlantic. It is a sort of technological university belonging to National Institute of Science and Technology. All schools and university of this National Institute in France is here on this map. My IMT Atlantic is on the Atlantic coast of France, on 3 campuses in Brest, Rennes, and Nantes. I am in Nantes, the biggest campus of the IMT Atlantic. In department, we have 110 people, including 44 faculty members. And the scope is from robotic to software engineering. My team is on logistic and production system. We have a very nice team on decision making and constraint programming. The journal was founded in 1961, established in 1961. So the first issue was published in October of 1961. So last October, we celebrated 60th anniversary, and in January 2022, we published 60th volume. So we have two anniversary from October last year to August next year. We celebrate the 60th anniversary and 60th volume anniversary of IJPR. The first issue of IGPR, the paper was submitted in July. This is the first paper in the first issue. This only 3 references, and this abstract in French and German. At that time, all paper published this abstract in French and German. The first issue composed of 7 or 8 papers. We have the titles of paper, and the first volume was published in 1961 and second in 1963. No publication in 1962. The former editor-in-chief was the founding editor-in-chief, Professor Norman Dudley. He was editor-in-chief for 20 years. Then Roy Surrey and John Mill. Now I started I finished my first 10 years in last December, and I was appointed in January, in between January and December 2011, 2012. Many cutting-edge scientific results were published in IGPR in our domain. Significant advances was done in research, in production research. Norman Dudley proposed to create this new journal, taking into account the production system and logistics system in the specific object of research study, where many scientific domains work together: mechanical engineering, industrial engineering, automation, computer sciences, management sciences, and so on. And so it was necessary to create a journal where all this scientific discipline can publish together, because they have the same object of study, the production systems. Contributed sciences for IGPR, it's mechanical engineering, manufacturing engineering, engineering, personal research, and so on. Economics, of course, also. The journal is referenced in Web of Science in 3 areas: manufacturing engineering, industry engineering, and operational research and management science. In all 3 areas, the journal is ranking Q1 in all areas. It is one of all these journals in our profession. It was in Easy Science Citation Index, and then when Easy Science Citation Index expanded, were created, IGPR is also in Science Citation Index expanded. It was created only 7 years after management science and 9 years after operational research. And many years before, many very prestigious journals in our domain, as computer engineering, JOM, PPC, SOM, POM, and so on. Journalists indexed in many databases, including, of course, Web of Science, Scopus, FMS in China, in Australia, CAPS, and so on. I show often this result because it was very interesting. This DAI model developed by our American colleagues, which analyzed all existing at that time operation management journals, all rankings, 32 best operation, 15 rankings were analyzed, and 32 best journal were selected. And in this final global macro ranking, IGPR was in fourth position after Management Science Journal of Operation Management and Operation Research, and the first European-based journal. So this statistic before 2010, we will see that now the statistics are a bit different because very, very active publication from China. This statistic before 2010, United States was about half of publications, UK, India, and so on. And some top 10 university, Purdue was in first position, and so on. And now the last 3 years, this is China is the leader in the number of publications in IGPR. We have around 30% from China, 30% for Europe, and only 12% from United States. The impact factor evolution over time, a very, very large increase in impact factor was done the last 10 years, and now we have impact factor 8.5 last year. The impact factor of last year is was calculated with a new formula, so it's the increase between 2019 and 2020. It is not only increase in impact, but also the change of calculation formula. So normally the calculation will be stabilized next year with new formula. Now the impact factor calculated based on online publication, not on print publication. The papers in journal published first online, and then some months after, about 1 year after, even for IGPR, it is published in print. And before the impact factor was calculated on print publication, now it is calculated on online publications. Some numbers on performances of journal. The most read paper published in only 1.5 years before was read 67,000 times. This paper on impact of logistics, COVID-19 on logistics system in food supply chain. The top-sided articles on Industry 4.0 published last year. It was already cited 290 times. The global statistic on number of read, number of publication, acceptance rate, impact factor, and so on, Now the acceptance rate is close to 12%. This 16% it was acceptance rate in 2020. Number of downloads 1,003,000 articles downloaded from the site of Taylor and Francis. Very quick increase in the number of articles read in IGPR. As you can see, in 2012, this about 100,000. 2020, 630,000. Multiplied by 6, more than by 6, and it is only for this number for the last half of year. In total, 2012 is 200,000, 2020 1,300,000. So multiply it by 6. The most read paper are from China, because the number of papers published from China is the largest number in the journal, then the United States, United Kingdom, India, and so on. The repartition between continent, Europe, and Asia at the same level, and the rest is America. So the journal most Europe and Asia, with less participation of North and South America. The most cited article, as I cited, on impact of COVID on logistics in food supply chain, but also on blockchain technology and resilience issues in supply chain, information system in supply chain management, sustainability issue in Industry 4.0, Logistic 4.0, risk management, circular economy, and so on. The number of read for the paper published in 2 last years, 2 or 3 last years. The institutions, the most read is Korea Council for University Education. Second is University of Shanghai for Science and Technology, University of Groningen, and so on. Shanghai, Jiaotong, Tongji. Citation metrics in 2016, the impact factor was 2.3, and last year it was 8.5. Very large increase. The aim and scope of IGPR deal with decision aid in manufacturing, operations, management, and logistics. From real-life problems in production and logistics, a very advanced study based on fundamental mathematics technique in computer and decision management science propose a new decision aid techniques and explain managerial insight for decision makers in industry. What is main principle of a good paper for IGPR? The keyword can see supply chain is the most used keyword. Of course, manufacturing, management, production, scheduling, and so on. We have no limitation on the type of production system studied. We publish also on a healthcare system, for example. It's a sort of production system. We search for new production system. It's very major point of federal policy is to search for new production system, new problem in production systems and logistics. We do not limit the application area. In contrast, we limit the methods. We search for decision aid methods, advanced technique for decision aid, and techniques which can be applied in real-life situations. The scientific rigor and practical relevance, main principle of IGPR. The reputation of IGPR was based on strong link with industrial applications. Of course, convincing scientific results with clear real-life application are prioritized, are the principal criteria for the selection of our paper. Convincing scientific result with clear real-life application. We do not reject didactic and theoretical article, but we ask to explain how they can be applied in real life. Another principle of IGPR, I search to design a journal history. So I asked the author to explain how the new result is linked with previous publications of IGPR, this history of IGPR, and how this article, submitted article, can influence, promote the future research in our domain and future publication in the journal. I try to avoid to publish a separate article without link with the past and the future of the journal. A common history should be explained in each article, this link with past publication, and show how we will use this result in the future publication in IGPR. We reserve a specific place for discussion and review papers by leading scholar in our domain. We search continuously new topics and promising direction, and they have a priority. The first question I ask to authors: why will you submit to IGPR? Please see scope and policy of journal and read paper published in IGPR before any submission. I need to find an answer to this question in the title, abstract, introduction, and conclusion very quickly, because I have no time to read in detail every paper at the first step. So this should be explained clearly in the abstract and introduction of the paper. Please select carefully keywords. Too general keywords is not good practice. Please focus your keywords on your specific results to avoid to have referee who is not exactly in the same from the same topic. Scientific contribution and practical relevance should be explained clearly in the beginning of paper. IGPR is for large production research audience, so the main points of every article should be explained for large audience, not only for people who work on the same topics. It is very important point for submissions to IGPR. So in introduction, problem statement, and conclusion, please explain the result for all community in production research. The paper should be didactic, presenting result clearly, step by step. Simpler is better. Please avoid too complicated explanation, and step by step explain clearly the main assumptions, main ideas, and what you did in your research. The paper limited by the number of words, but we are flexible. If the number of words exceed, we can discuss and authorize to submit. But please take into account these limitations. Very large articles are very hard to review and read after acceptance. So we prefer articles in between 9,000 and 14,000 of words. I ask the following point to be explained in every article. The exhaustive analysis of production and research literature starting from publication in IGPR and related journals of the same level as IGP, some POM, European Journal of Operational Research, and so on. Novel decision aid model for design or management of production and logistics, comparisons with the state of the art, discussion on real-life application, managerial insight for decision makers in industry, and research perspective, of course. Ideal team. Now we have a very good team of associate editors. Each editor handle paper on specific area for new product development and operation strategy. Professor Jairam for pricing, Hubert Pon for risk analysis, Dash Wu for forecasting and inventory, Zien Babai for location, warehousing and transportation, Professor Lixin Tang for performance analysis and continuous improvement, Professor Jingshan Li for information system and knowledge management, Professor Alice Yad, supply chain planning and control, Professor Gezaf, circular manufacturing and green logistics, Professor Feng Shu, scheduling, Professor Frank Werner, automated system simulation-based optimization and reliability issue, Professor Zibin Jiang, cloud manufacturing, Professor Lihui Wang, optimization and machine learning in manufacturing, Professor Raoul Rai, design of manufacturing system, Professor Manoy Tiwari, healthcare and service application, Professor Xi, and scheduling again, Professor Kanbok Li. And very prestigious editorial board, leaders of our profession, of course. So I invite you to participate at the conference to celebrate the 60th anniversary. And this conference, we extended the deadline. It was yesterday, we extended this last extension, because it's second extension, February 5th. We received 450 papers, but we have time to write for additional papers because many mails were sent to me to extend again this deadline. On the website of journal, this is the last version of website. 2 months ago, website was improved. Now a new version, but please connect. The address is the same. Please connect and see journal metrics. Call for a special issue submissions. The latest article, most cited, most read papers, and so on. Yeah. Some metrics of last year, we can see that we have 64 days from submission to first post-review decision. We also published the list of all papers published in IGPR and cited more than 60 times. All papers published from the beginning of the journal from 1961. The first in this list is a paper on CONVIP by Professor Sperman, Woodruff, and Hoppe. This author published in January a new paper on CONVIP, this state-of-the-art presentation. The most read best paper special issue. Very soon in January will appear this special issue by editorial board members to celebrate the 60th anniversary with 41 selected papers authored by editorial board members, many state-of-the-art papers, position papers, and very interesting issue. It will be in open access for 1 month. Please connect regularly at the site of IGPR, and when the issue will be published, we will be able to download all these interesting papers. New special issue under review. We can see the topics, and so I invite you to submit the best of your scientific result to International Journal of Production Research. This is the first part. Second will be more rapid. Sorry. For the conference, very quickly, in June 22 to 24 in Nantes, this will be a hybrid conference. I would like to meet all of you in Nantes for the face-to-face presentation, but if it is not possible, we will organize also online presentation. It will be both online and face-to-face presentation. Now the situation in France is improves step by step. I think for June it will be okay for face-to-face presentations now. Again, it's organized by department in Nantes. It's very nice city on the Atlantic coast of France. Very historical city with many monuments, castle, and cultural events. Mechanical elephant, for example, Le Long in Nantes, and so many interesting places. It's very green city with direct connection from many places in the world. With many hotels. The conference will be in the Congress Center in the center of Thorn. The topics is new challenges for management and control industry 4.0 era. Registration fee. Now extended deadline is February. Sorry, mistake. February 15th. It will be last extension, and result will be announced on March. And the final version is for the deadline of February is for draft version, and final version will be asked for April 5th. The previous conference was in Berlin with 700 participants. Now we received 450 articles, and we write for the last one. I think we will have around 700 submission by February 15th. Chair, I am the general chair, Alain Bernard, vice chair. David Lemoine is chair of organizing committee. Chair of international program committee is Professor Dmitry Ivanov from Germany. Vice chair is Fabius Garbosa from Norway, and Oleg Gusikhin from United States. We plan a very interesting social program in Nantes for colleagues who will attend personally, physically the conference. And there is many interesting places around Nantes. Saint-Michel is not so far, so 2 hours by car. Very nice places on Atlantic coast. So, and France, of course, is very nice country to visit. Welcome in Nantes in June. So, now the last and the most important part of my talk is about now our new European project. I am coordinator of this project. It's very large project funded by European Commission. The project manager is Dr. Simon Thévenin. A technical manager is Dr. Felician. The project is on learning and robust decision support system for agile manufacturing environment assistant. With 6 million euro of funding, keyword artificial intelligence, decision support, smart manufacturing, and this project was submitted for the call ICT 38 on artificial intelligence for manufacturing. And the website of project is indicated on this slide on cordiseuropa.eu, and proposal ID is also on the slide. The participants, we have 12 participants, 3 industrial partners, Peugeot Citroën Automotive from France, Siemens from Germany, and Atlas Copco from Belgium. We have Flanders MEC, it is a specific research organization to put together academia and industry, and research and development organization in Belgium, and several European universities, UCC from Ireland, Technische University of Munich, University of Patras, Laboratory of Automation and Manufacturing Systems, Intrasoft company, Intrasoft Research and Development Division, and BT. What's the main idea of this project? First of all, is what is the state of the art? Very macro state of the art. The production moved from mass production to customization with low volumes and high mix. So we need to launch new products very frequently. We need more and more flexibility to face various events. There are some difficulty to control the production process. Various sources of uncertainty. Production and supply planning is difficult to do. Design of complex manufacturing system is also a very hard problem, taking into account the uncertainties on the future demand and the future type of product to manufacture. Hyperdynamic workers. There are more and more software in production system. Explosion of data, internal for production system, but also external data. The current design and management system are too rigid. Have difficulty to adapt the algorithm to current situation, and not take advantage, not enough of the massive amount of data, and of course necessity to take into account uncertainties. So the objective, the current state of application for artificial intelligence in manufacturing is most on a low-level manufacturing decision, in quality analysis, predictive quality. The objective of assistant to develop the overall approach, software and models and algorithms based on artificial intelligence and optimization to high-level decision for process design, process planning, production planning, and scheduling. The decision aid system should be data-driven and allow to predict and furnish prescriptive analytics for decision makers. Our approach is based on two general ideas. First of idea is to use generative design approach the approach which is known in product design, and to generalize this approach to all production system, all life cycle of production system, from process design, process planning, production planning, scheduling, and real-time control. And second main principle is to use explainable artificial intelligence, not black box artificial intelligence, but artificial intelligence which we can explain to end users. And next idea in this project is to use digital twin to generate data for artificial intelligence model, to analyze the real state of physical part of digital twin, but also to generate missing data for decision aids models. The objective, of course, is to increase service level, product quality, productivity of production system. The main concept of assistant project aims to provide a set of artificial intelligence-based digital twin system that help process engineer and production planner to operate collaborative mixed model assembly line based on the data collected from IoT devices and external data. We limited our study to assembly lines from 3 different industries, different type of assembly line, but only assembly line. The focus of project is on 3 case studies. The first is assembly line for car assembly in Peugeot Automotive, both electrical and car and traditional car, fuel car on the same line. So very flexible line should be designed. Second case is for Siemens, and last case is for Atlas Copco, equipment manufacturing. Energy for Siemens and Atlas Copco equipment manufacturing. The assistant tool, this will be software tool, will help planner to design the assembly line, plan the production, operate the line, and improve process tuning and monitoring in real time. The system should be data-driven, agile, autonomous, collaborative, and explainable, safe, but reactive. So we have 3 case studies. We develop for each case study 4 digital twins, 1 by function. First for process planning, second for production planning, next for scheduling, and last for real-time control. These intelligent digital twins are interconnected and connected with assembly line, physical assembly line, and decision aid model for process planning, production planning, scheduling, and real-time control. The first function is to percept the real data, design domain model acquisition, and machine learning. The very interesting idea consists in automatically designing decision aid model based on data. We do not only use data to estimate the values of parameters of model. we design a model, automatically we have data, and the result is decision aid model. This is idea is based on constraint programming approach and model acquisitions algorithm developed in our constraint programming team. Then generative design to manage interfaces with end user, process planner or production planner, reasoning under uncertainty algorithms, and explainable artificial intelligence. And then the domain models will help to decide, the user will decide, and the decision will be executed on the line. So we have real manufacturing process, perception from sensors, learning to design domain models, and simulation to estimate parameters of models, decision learning and reasoning to propose some decision. Then decision is validated and so on. And of course, in real time monitoring and actuation of real life process by controller. The key idea, as I said, consists in automatically designing models. A part of digital twin will be automatically designed from the data. Then parameters of model will be estimated, taking into account uncertainties. The model will be improved by using machine learning, and the technique which are tested now in the project for process planning. We have used artificial intelligence for learn the function of the system, learn what the user wants, and so on. For production planning, similarly, we learn the need of users, forecast parameters value, and represent uncertainties. For scheduling and for real-time control, detect dangerous situation, learn decision policy, and so on. These are functions of artificial intelligence in the twins for process planning, production planning, and scheduling. Techniques applied is random forest, model acquisition, constraint programming, meta-heuristic, reasoning under uncertainty, reinforcement learning, neural network, pattern recognitions, and so on. For production planning, this one, and for scheduling, model acquisition, constraint programming, reinforcement learning, and for RLM control, constraint programming, neural network, and pattern recognition. General methodology will be applied to three case study, PSA Automotive, Atlas Copco, Siemens, for process planning, scheduling, real-time control, and so on. For many users, for chassis manager, mechanical engineer, production planner, operators, so on. The digital twin will be based on human-centric architecture. Some ethical issues should be also considered in the project. And the total cycle of decision is as follows, as I mentioned before. The digital twin will present a real-time picture of the manufacturing system. And this real-time picture will be based on data acquisition and storing. Big data platform, one of partner is a leader of big data platform in Europe. In our project, detect and clean data, detect unreliable data, missing data, clean existing data by using pattern recognition based on constraint techniques. Integrate data from various sources by using ontologies for prescriptive analytics and simulation, event-based simulation model to simulate the production process in the designed system. There is a part related to cloud and fog technique to receive the data from the process. Data orchestration, intelligent twin. We have a simulation. We develop a simulation engine. Statistical and machine learning technique to predict the workload of the assembly line. Safety intelligent use of edge and fog computing for the scheduling algorithm and resource management, and human-centric approaches to based on visualization of the data and offering a complete control of the data by user. Another objective is create human-centric decision cockpit. With plan chatbots, plan visualization, explanation of differences between solutions, interfaces to add some additional constraints if necessary, or to filtering constraints in the model by user. And some help for inexperienced worker in such system. Predictive analytics is based on analysis of data and predictive model to predict the future situations. Will be based on machine learning tools used to estimate the decision model parameters, probability distribution, for example, mathematical expectation, the variation, and so on, in the model used. The objective of the project is also to obtain self-adaptive systems, more or less self-adaptive systems, which will be able to be parameterized for the new systems without redesign of algorithms and models. Only by learning in data, the system should be able to be adapted to new assembly line after a period of adaptations, and the system does not hesitate to designing of new algorithms and new models for each new line. Process planning, the data will be from the CADE models by using assembly by disassembly and resource skill approaches. Learn the impact of process plan on the quality, long-term cost, worker satisfactions, and so on. Translate into mathematical optimization model to select the process plan, the best process plan from CADE, data of CADE to mathematical optimization model for process plan selection, equipment selection, workforce dimensioning, and so on. For scheduling, the algorithm of model acquisition from data, from real data and data generated by twins, this algorithm will be able to generate the optimization model for scheduling and automatically. For all digital twin, based on the set of proposed plan and final plan validated by the users, the model acquisition tools automatically learn additional constraints leading to plan as the user wants them. Process planning, production planning, for processing planning, uncertainties on demand, possible machine failures, error occurs, resource, human or robot movements, modular equipment replacement based on recoverable manufacturing system principle. For production planning, uncertainties on demand, lead time, capacity, and yield. And recurse is based on express delivery of components, subcontracting, adjusting production capacity with temporary workforce, and so on. For real-time control based on domain models and machine learning, the decisions on execution of tasks will be activated. The algorithm of pattern recognition, deep learning, and statistical learning will be used. For example, deep learning is used to detect obstacles for robot in robot human interactions. So the project has objective to start from very academic idea TRL3, and develop some new approaches and techniques, then develop demonstrators TRL4, and apply these demonstrators to 3 use cases in 3 different sectors of industry. Different use cases are differently will be differently used in the project for different digital twin, and Flanders Make will develop a demonstrator for this digital twin, and different partners will apply specific part of software and model for process planning for PSA Automotive, process planning for Atlas Copco, or production planning for Siemens, scheduling for Siemens, and real-time control for Siemens. And finally, some dissemination. We organize regularly workshops, special sessions at the conference, journal publication. Soon will appear our first journal article on the main idea of this project in IGPR. We also presented some conference papers before, and for general architecture and main idea of project. And we will continue to publish in this project. So I finished my talk. So thank you very much for your attention. It was a very introductive talk on the main idea of project and partners' objectives.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Professor Dogu. So ladies and gentlemen, so as you can see, so we have a Q&A checkbox or a Q&A function. If you have any questions, feel free to type in the chat box. Type in the Q&A box, and then please also leave your name and also affiliation. Okay, so perhaps we see. Okay, so we have the first question from Sarah Berta. Okay, so thank you very much. What would be the future of digital twins in the next 5 years? Thank you, Professor Dogu. Yes, so you can see in the Q&A box, yeah.
I can see, okay.
Yeah, what would be the future of digital twins in the next 5 years?
I will, via this project, I would like to attract your attention on this very interesting function of digital twin. We will apply. It is not a specific function, not the main function of digital twin, but in our project, we will need digital twin to complete data missing in real life situation. For our artificial intelligence models, we need many data to learn in the data and to suggest some decision for users. But some data is missing in a real life situation. So we use digital twin to generate the data from the situation which was not in real life before, because in real life we cannot have all situation. So it is very interesting function of digital twin to complete the data from real life. Of course, digital twin allow to have in real time the state of the physical systems without experimentation on the physical system, because it can know this. But it's very, very interesting idea from my point of view to use digital twin to give more data for artificial intelligence algorithms.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Professor Dogu. We have another question. So also in the Q&A box. So very nice talk. What do you think the most promising application? So the audience is Derek from Hong Kong U.
The objective of this one of the objectives is to link together process design and production planning. The people working on process design often are from mechanical engineering, and people working on production planning is from industrial engineering, and there is not so much connection between the two decision models, and our idea was to limit the project to assembly line, very specific type of production systems from different sectors of industry, but to try to put together two communities and two types of models via these interconnected digital twins for process design and production planning and scheduling.
Yes, thank you, Professor Dogu. Derek has a follow-up question. Would you suggest some future directions, say publishing in IJPR?
Now this very, very important issue is on resilience in supply chain, especially with COVID. We have many problems in supply chains in Europe and in the world also, because problem of replenishment, problem of inventory, disruption in the supply chain. So the problem of crash test of supply chain, for example, testing of supply chain under uncertainty, resilience, algorithm for resilience planning, reconfigurable supply chain, adaptable to many situations. So reliability, resilience, flexibility, reconfigurability of supply chain, test of resilience of supply chain. It's very major issue now for our community, I think.
Okay. Yes, thank you very much, Professor Dogu. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, so feel free to use the Q&A box. So may I now take a privilege to ask Professor Dogu a question, because so you know, I'm a junior faculty member. I don't have the experience like you. Now you are actually working on a €6 million project, right? It's a huge project. Would you share some experience about how you manage this very big project? And then let's say for me from Asia, Hong Kong or China, that if we wish to do something similar to your project, what would be your recommendation?
The management of so big project is very big piece of work. So it should be team work. Cannot be managed by only one person. So in my, first of all, this by selection of partners, we need to select carefully partners. First point, the partners should be complementary, but with possible communication. We should understand what partners can do and so on. Some trust in partners before submission of project, and also ability for partners to do a very serious research work, the experience of partners and so on. And then to create a managerial team. For example, in my project, I am coordinator, but I have also a research manager, a technical manager, some technical staff who help us for specific tasks and so on. It is very large organization, and it's very important to put in place an organization, because 6 million project with 12 different organizations from different countries of Europe. It's very hard piece of work. Large person. So at the project design stage, the selection of partners is very important, and design of managerial team, communication. We organize meeting every week at different level, every month on the global level. We have the executive board to discuss all advances of project and problems. We have work packages leaders, and meeting of work packages and so on. It's very complete and complex architecture of project to be able to coordinate our action. All partners work well. It's not a problem. It's a problem to coordinate the work of partners.
Yes, thank you, Professor Doku. So let's say if you wish to suggest some similar projects in Asia or in mainland China, in Hong Kong, then what do you see there will be opportunities here, I mean, in our region?
Now this Asia region is very active for us. You can see for IGPR, now Asia is leader for publication. We have very so it's very interesting to work with Asia, of course, for us, for European laboratories. I think for United States also. And many supply chain start from Asia. If you consider supply chain of automotive industry, of any industry, now it's supply network is interconnected with many industry in Asia. It's very interesting to design a common project, of course. I think it's possible for European Commission funding to have partners from Asia.
So I hope we have the opportunity to work with you. They're having some collaborations between Hong Kong and let's say Europe. But I think we have one more question. So dear Professor, okay, thanks for your inspiring talk. So also in the Q&A box. So the audience is Mingxing, okay, so a PhD student from Hong Kong U. The intralogistics such as material feeding is highly coupled with the assembly, especially in the mass customization, even individualization era, because the variety and volume of required materials will much will be much bigger. The integrated problem could be much more complex and stochastic. Thus, coordinated and integrated decisions might be necessary. Do you think this could be a fruitful research direction? And do you have any recommendations? So in the Q&A box.
Yeah, it is very nice direction. Some concerning recommendation, I am not very qualified on this part of, but it's very nice direction to develop. Of course.
Great. Yeah, thank you. I hope also IJPR would appreciate this research work.
Yeah, of course.